My world actually started within a studio. Yeah, you're making sense. Yeah, that's the whole idea. It's not about instant.
MyStarfest. In conversation with composer-singer A.R. Rahman.
2 Oscars, 2 Grammy Awards, National Film Awards, and many honorary decorates, besides countless felicitations. An inspiring journey from a young boy from Madras to one of the most celebrated artists across the globe. I'm talking about A.R. Rahman.
Hi, this is A.R. Rahman on my FM.
We say music has no language, and you have composed songs in Tamil, Hindi, Malayalam, Telugu, and English as well. Does language influence your music?
Language does in a way, because there are certain beauty. There's certain beauty in every language, and especially when I'm doing in Tamil, there is flavor because I understand the words, the poetry, and from childhood I learned Tamil. Then Hindi, I've started learning Urdu, and past 20 years I've been slowly learning, so get the vibe of the poetry and the words and the history of that stuff. And then English, of course, that was almost like the first language from at school, and you understand it better, but you still have this little bit of intimidation when it comes to English. Is it sounding correct, or is it sounding Indian English, or all that stuff? So yeah. But above language is, the core moral or the core ideals are above languages. It's common to every language. Yeah.
So from what we know of you, you are so shy. What was it like to be a, co-writer and producer for 99 songs?
Well, I think people who close themselves actually have a bigger imagination, because we think within ourselves. There's an internal world and an external world, and most of my world actually started within a studio. You sit inside, you compose with the headphones. So I've been used to that world, and of course the other world where you go in front of 30,000 to 1 lakh people and perform, and it's another high. So in I think film writing is probably a combination of both. When you're writing scenes, you imagine things, you study characters, you study people, and so that helps a lot and it's about an experience. It's not just story. We hear stories, it's exciting, but what makes you go back to a movie and watch are many other things than story. Once you watch a movie, you know the story, and then why do you go back to it? It is the experience, it is the visuals, it is the sound, how it's married together, and what magic the stars do while acting, and how they're filmed. And I think these things also matter a lot, which I feel like some movies have, some movies don't have. Trying to have a different voice from those amazing filmmakers who made great movies, great storytellers, is tightly try to have our own voice. So come with very low expectations.
Spielberg once said that his biggest problem was that nobody would say no to him. Did anybody say no to you, ARR?
To me?
Yes. Did anybody say no to you?
For what?
For any work, no, I will not. You offered something or somebody denied, as Ayan said, that it was like dream come true.
It depends. Sometimes, you should ask the reasonable things. You ask for unreasonable things, because everybody has a set. So initially in 2014, I did Highway, and that time I met Alia Bhatt, and she sang a song for me also. So I said, I have a script called, that time it was called 100 Songs. And would you be interested? Please. She said, please come and narrate to me. But then by the time we started the movie, it was 2 years from then, 2016, 17. So by then she was a very, very big star, and I didn't want to disturb her. So I didn't go. So we casted Edelcy, who's from Dominican Republic and who did a great audition.
So you have already celebrated 25 years of Rosa. I mean, it's already more than 25 years of making music of films. So Are you very different now as a composer from the man who made history with Rosa?
Yeah, I think human life, you get bored with things. You start doing, you have to evolve. You have to evolve and become better and better and better. Or because of this, if I get bored with myself, people are going to get bored with my music. So it's important to incite passion and discover things. So I felt like the world is changing now. Everything we consume is different. It's no more, record players and cassettes and CDs. All those days have gone. It's streaming. And then now streaming alone is not enough. You need to see visuals. So visual art, poetry is going to take a much bigger leap, in the further years. And I felt like it's an extension of like what you think in terms of sound, you think in terms of visual, or together. And so everything is not driven by box office and this and that. There are many other factors now to express. Even getting an illustration done or illustrative art is very, very fascinating. I directed my daughter's video. It's called Farishton, and
Oh, wow.
so we went and approached an animation company. We won an award also for that. So I think everything is a part of it. It's just like a banyan tree, It's not like, oh, now overnight I'm becoming a writer. It's just evolving into something.
So in all these past years, so much have changed. The viewers have changed. The narrative style has changed. What viewers respond to has changed. Do you think the function of music and Indian film has changed?
It's a double-edged sword, actually. People, when you look at the comments, when you put a classical composition and you find that how they appreciate it. But when you give a tune to a director-producer, they say, sir, no, it sounds too classical. So there is a disconnect between what people want and what makers are doing, I feel sometimes. And this whole effort of doing 99 songs is also an effort to see what is needed is also given to people, rather than thinking that this is what people would like, this is what people need. Let's do an item song, let's promote it for 4 weeks, and then let's get people in. It's fine, but I feel like as music is actually an ocean, we should get much more things than just going into one particular section and taking things out. So for that, I needed to become a producer. I needed to become a writer to give that platform to expand what could be given.
So Rahman sir, your music has a completely different dynamics. Like when you hear Chaya Chaya, there is a loop, right? Or else Rangila, that turu, tu, that hook, which is constantly going. Like, even in Ore Chori, that song, if I sing, I will get trolled, so I'm not singing. The drone, which is constantly keeping song ambient. I mean, every time I hear your music, I find something new. Is that I'm making sense?
Yeah, you're making sense. As I told you, like, you can do one album, like you can do 2, you can do 3. We do 160 movies over. So you need to constantly keep reinventing, not just for people, just for yourself, so that you feel like good. And suddenly you should not get, I'm just doing work, or I'm passionate about it. So I feel like every work of mine should be liked by me, first of all, full-heartedly, not just I'm doing this for them. It's just a formula, I'm giving it. So that'll be the day when I'll feel like I should quit. If I feel like I'm bored, I'm just doing it for them. So every work which I do, it goes through me. And if it's not good enough, I work on it again. If it's boring, I work on it again. As much as I can, So that is my thing. The movie is also the same way. We shot it and kept editing for almost a year and a half till we was happy with the cut, happy with the vision of what we wanted.
Rahman sir, are there songs that you have loved personally which did not get traction it deserved, then became classics later?
Many.
Heard?
Many songs. Yeah, that's the whole idea. It's not about instant. Like even 99 songs released at a point when the lockdown happened. The first trailer released, the album released, and the whole world was in chaos. I always wanted this album to live with people more before the movie comes, so that they understand every nuance of the music. And then when the Tamil released, now they instantly caught it up because they listened to the Hindi, and so they could relate to the whole album. Because now million things are being thrust upon people. Unlike before, where at least one month, one album came. Now, if you take, there are like 10,000 singles on YouTube, every language, every, coming bombarding you on Instagram, stuff coming bombarding you. And so why should they listen to something? It needs a stronger reason. And so that is the challenge for composers now. With all this clutter, how can you make something which is a complete statement?